an important announcement from today. The Isha prayer will be inshallah Rabbil Alameen 9:45 beginning of today. بداية من اليوم صلاة أذان وصلاة العشاء الساعة 9:45 دقيقة 9:45 inshallah Rabbil Alameen. The Adhan and Isha prayer will be 9:45. In the dars before Isha, we were addressing the hadith of إنما الأعمال بالنيات, and we said that the scholars address the issue of niyyah from two sides. The first side is the side of sincerity, which is ikhlas, and the other side is the side of fiqh, which is the rulings. About the first thing, about the sincerity of or ikhlas. The word sincerity, or in Arabic ikhlas, means that the deed should be sincere to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and pure for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Here scholars mention many situations. They said that the hadith talked about the hijrah. If you migrated for Allah and His Messenger, then your migration will be for Allah and His Messenger. But if you migrated for any worldly reason, then that's what you will get. You don't wait for rewards from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They said all the deeds are similar to this. The Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam has been asked about people fighting with him, but some people just to be famous, to be mentioned as brave people, to protect their own families, things like that. He said sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the one who fights for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His Messenger is the one who is considered as shaheed, and the one who will be rewarded as the reward of the martyrs. Another hadith, the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned about knowledge. When you learn knowledge for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, if someone learned the knowledge of religion, the knowledge of Islam, for a worldly reason, he will never find the odor of or the smell of Jannah. He will never smell the perfume of Jannah. And he mentioned also that if you are learning or seeking this knowledge to argue people or to be famous, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, instead of rewarding you, He could punish you for this. And in the hadith, the Messenger mentioned that the first three people will be punished in the hellfire are people who used to do good deeds. One of them was a very generous man, another one died as a martyr, and a third one was a scholar. When he asked the generous man, what did you do in the wealth I gave to you? He said, I used to spend it for you, to take care of orphans, of widows, to dig wells of water, to build the schools, to build mosques, to help needy people. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, yes, this is true, but you are a liar. You did not do this for me. You did it to be famous as a generous person. وَقَدْ قِيلَ. And people have already said this. So don't wait a word from me. The martyr will say, I was fighting for the sake of Allah and I was killed in the battle, defending your religion. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will say, no, that's not true. You was doing this so people will say that you are a hero, you are so brave. And people already said this. So don't wait for a word from me. And the scholar, Allah will ask him, what did you do with the knowledge I gave to you? He will say, I used to learn and teach this knowledge, to spread this knowledge. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will say, no, you are a liar. You did this to be famous as a scholar, the greatest scholar, so and so. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will command the angels to take them to the hellfire. So sincerity is very important here. So scholars said, if you did something of the good deeds for kind of riyah, just to be in front of people, to be mentioned or to be famous in front of people, this will ruin your deeds. Don't wait for any rewards from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But what if you did it for like another worldly reason. For example, for some people who go to the Hajj and they like take some, let's say, some products with them to sell there in Mecca, or to buy some stuff from Mecca and bring it back to the United States and sell it in their country. Or the people who go for like, for Hajj and business, the people who has like Hajj companies, they go for Hajj. And one day in Mecca, I met a man, he has a Hajj company. He takes like people to Hajj. I asked him, how many times did you perform Hajj? He said, this is my 40th time, 40 Hajj. So he used to go to Hajj with his people, but he is doing also a business. Would this affect his rewards? We say, inshallah, no. If he is doing this for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, adding another purpose of like earning some money or doing some business would not affect you. For example, if you come to the masjid, you want to pray and listen to the dars, but also you want to meet some of your friends. This would not affect your rewards. If you are fasting, you want to fast for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and earn the reward, but also you want to like lose some weight. This also would not affect you. If you are, let's say, walking to the masjid, as a kind of, you want the rewards in every step, you will be rewarded for every step, but also you want to do some kind of exercise. Walking is good for your body. You have two intentions. This would not affect your rewards. You will be completely rewarded for your good deeds. Another thing, if you did something for Allah, but people talked about it. Oh, look to this man, he is always coming, attending the masjid. This man is so generous. You are doing this for Allah. You don't want people to talk about you. But they talked. The companions asked the Messenger ﷺ about this. They said, when we do something good and people know about it, they talk in a nice way about us. And we feel happy about this. Would this be like a kind of nifaq? Are we hypocrites now? He said, no. This is the first good news that you will receive, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has accepted your good deeds. So don't worry if people talked about you, as long as your intention is for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Sometimes you start doing something good, but for another reason, not for Allah. But after time, a little by little, your intention will be to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Would this be considered for Allah? We say yes. The famous story, the famous scholar Imam Al-Ghazali, he and his brother, they were orphans. And when their father passed away, he left just a little amount of money. He gave it to a friend, and he asked him to take care of his children, of his two sons. After a while, this money, he spent all the money, and that man was also poor. He said, the wealth of your father, I spent it on you, and I no longer have any money to spend on you. So my advice is to go to that school. There were schools, they bring children to teach them Quran and to teach them fiqh and to teach them hadith, to teach them like Islamic knowledge, and they offer them housing and food and everything. They take care of them. So they have no choice, no other choice. They have to go. But Imam Ghazali said, طَلَبْنَا هَذَا الْعِلْمَ لِغَيْرِ اللَّهِ. We started this journey of knowledge not for Allah, for another reason. We want somewhere to live, to sleep. We want someone to take care of us. فَأَبَى أَنْ يَكُونَ اللَّهِ. But after that, it turned all to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So yes, if you did something like that, but your intention turned to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you will be rewarded. For example, if someone went to ask for a hand of a girl, and her father said, do you pray? If you do not pray, I will not give you my daughter. And you promised to start praying, and you continued praying, and after that, oh my God, this is beautiful. Where I? What I was missing? So you continued for Allah. At the beginning, you want to get married to that girl, but after a while, you found that this is something good, and your intention became for Allah, and you want to continue with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then you will be rewarded, inshaAllah, Rabbil Alameen. The most important thing that you have to pay attention to your intention to be for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then don't care after that if people talk or do not talk about you. If people know or do not know about you. You should have to take care of your intention. Now we have this problem in many ways, that people who are doing the good deeds. People used to do like their regular life things and put them in the social media. We had dinner in this restaurant, we went to Disneyland, they put in Facebook and Snapchat and TikTok, we are like enjoying our time in Florida, whatever. I don't recommend this for people. It's like showing off. But now the problem, people are going to Mecca for Hajj or Umrah and taking selfies in front of Kaaba. Look, I am here making circumambulation around the Kaaba. Now I am in the Sa'i between Safa and Marwa. Now I am going to Arafat. Are you going to Hajj to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or going to just for show off? Many people are going turning their Hajj into a kind of showing off. It's a kind of show off. And for sure, if this is not going to completely ruin their good deeds, it will reduce their rewards, for sure. So the one who is doing the good deeds should try as possible as they can to keep it between them and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Not to use like these good deeds which are for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to use them to show off in front of people. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala always to make our intentions sincere to Him, to give us the